Sussex sneaks away from Montecito in the night. Charles sends the Duchess of York to New York to expose Harry and Meghan's hypocritical behavior. Hello, friends. Welcome to Breaking Royal News about the notorious hypocritical couple, Harry and Meghan Markle, on our Kate Middleton and the Queen News version 2 channel. During a visit to New York City to promote her romance book, A Most Intriguing Lady, the Duchess of York will discuss Prince Harry and Meghan Markle. On March 6th, Sarah Fergie Ferguson, 62, will perform at the 92nd Street Y Cultural Complex. The Duchess will also discuss her friendship with the Queen, according to the press release, and take some questions regarding Harry and Meghan. It is known that Sarah Fergie Ferguson took on a noble responsibility on behalf of King Charles to expose all of Harry and Meghan's hypocritical behavior to destroy their uncontrolled life in America. The charge includes 12 acts of deception. 1. Harry and Meghan keep preaching about being environmentally friendly and telling everyone not to leave too big a carbon footprint when traveling, and then fly around the world in private jets all over the place. In fact, Meghan did it more times in 1 year than any other member of the RF has done in 5. 2. Claim they want privacy and safety from the press, and then run off to the most paparazzi-infested part of America and constantly have their names in the press and on social media. 3. Refuse to let Archie have the title Duke of Dumbarton, claiming they don't want him to get a lot of attention over being royalty, and yet exploit him in every way possible, and later whine about how he's not a prince. 4. Meghan claims to be a vegan, and yet she was observed wearing calfskin boots in Australia, while turning down an Australian hat gifted to her by the Prime Minister and his wife, claiming it was made of animal hide. She has also been observed wearing clothing made from animal products, such as silk and other types of leather. 5. Meghan preaches about taking care of the less fortunate and being a humanitarian, and yet can't even spare a bit of change for homeless or broke members of her own family. Or when she's in Africa helping out women who have suffered greatly all their lives, all she can do is whine about how nobody asked her if she was okay or how she's not thriving. She also has a history of treating service people worse than dirt because she sees them as something less than human. 6. Meghan preaches about supporting women and then chooses to wear earrings that were a gift from the current ruler of Saudi Arabia, a man whose country treats women like crap and has blood on his hands. She not only wore those earrings once, but twice. She even lied about where they came from, claiming they were borrowed, and yet they were a wedding gift. 7. Claims to love children and has been observed hugging them or being sweet to them in public. And yet, when the cameras aren't around, she either has nothing to do with them or bullies them viciously. She was observed bullying Princess Charlotte many times when she was being fitted for her own wedding gown by Givenchy, and even pitted another little girl against her. When she's not being photographed holding her, quote, son, she dumps him on nannies so she can go take care of herself. 8. Harry claims he had a horrible childhood, and yet there is a great deal of photographic and video evidence that he and his brother had many good times and were mostly treated very well by their parents. In fact, there are a lot of eyewitness accounts that Harry not only had a great childhood, but was spoiled rotten and allowed to get away with a lot of things normal little boys would have gotten whooped for. 9. Meghan wrote a children's book called The Bench, which was about the relationship between children and their dads. And yet, both she and Harry have a history of treating their own dads like shit. That and the book was plagiarized from a previous children's book about almost the exact same subject. 10. Complains about financial trouble while purchasing and living in a $14 million mansion and having many more millions in the bank. 11. feels they're entitled to the same pay and benefits you get for doing a job, like being working royals, without doing the work required for the job. 12. Also complains about getting fired from a job because they suggested they get the same pay and benefits for working less. Besides accusing Harry and Meghan of hypocrisy, the Duchess of York also sees this as a promotion of her books. According to the press announcement, Fergie's book incorporates historical figures and personal details from the Duchess of Cambridge's royal career and family history. The press release describes Fergie as King Charles's former sister-in-law. The Duchess was wed to Prince Andrew, the King's younger brother, between 1986 and 1996. Prince Andrew has recently come under fire for his close relationship with businessman and convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. Fergie recently received accolades for her kind comments during her friend Lisa Marie Presley's funeral on January 31st. According to People magazine, Fergie quoted the Queen's insightful comments. She addressed the mourners. "Grief is the price we pay for love. As my late mother-in-law used to say, nothing that can be spoken can begin to take away the sorrow and the suffering of these times." How accurate she was, too. Presley passed away on January 12th following a heart attack at her Los Angeles residence. She had been born in 1954. Since around 2009, Fergie and the late singer are said to have had a close relationship. Ferguson said in a previous interview that she authored her book to relieve the pressure of her ex-sex husband's assault case. "Through writing, I was able to let the Duchess live happily in my mind." She claimed that establishing herself as an author also helped her to do so. The Queen, Fergie's beautiful best friend and mother, received a copy of her book in French from her before she passed away, according to Fergie. Whether Her Majesty read the book is unknown. In an interview at the Henley Literary Festival in October, the Duchess discussed how writing has enabled her to survive. She described how she poured herself into her profession despite the media attention on her former spouse. According to The Times, Sarah added, "I escape in life into everything via my imagination and through my determination to be joyful." According to a source who spoke to Mail Online last month, Fergie was unceremoniously welcomed back into the family. According to a source, Camilla likes Sarah. Both of them are genera. Fergie will be astute enough to play Camilla's game and recognize that she's the force behind the king because they both have a love of horses. She had to be kind to them and stand by them. The relationship was strengthened during Christmas when Fergie was pleasantly invited to join the family for the customary festivities at Sandringham. Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, the couple's kids, would attend the festivities with her ex-husband Prince Andrew for years, leaving Sarah out in the cold. But this year, the Duchess attended both the Christmas meal and the shooting next day. Fergie was recently spotted out and about in London's Mayfair district with her eldest daughter Beatrice. The royals looked elegant as a couple, but Beatrice chose a burgundy dress with black leather ankle boots and carried her favorite Gucci purse, which she's been seen carrying on previous evenings out in the city. Her mother, meanwhile, wore a knee-length LBD and a stunning white jacket with gold buttons, and her fiery red hair was pulled back in a loose ponytail. No trace of Princess Beatrice's husband, Edoardo Mapelli Mozzi, with whom she shares a 1-year-old daughter named Sienna Elizabeth, who was obviously having a great time on a ladies' night out. This summer, Princess Eugenie, Fergie's youngest daughter, who is 32, is due to give birth to her second child, with financier husband Jack Brooksbank, making her the third grandmother in her family. What do you think about the arrival of the Duchess of York in the U.S. to reveal the true face of Harry and Meghan? Let us know your thoughts below in the comment section. We hope you found this video helpful. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this newsletter. See you in the next videos. Goodbye.